I'm here today with Miss Universe. Who's my guest of honor.
Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. Will you consider come back and film here?
And this would be a great place to do Expendables 4, or if there's ever another Rambo.
More Rambo? Would you like that? You never had a problem with fame, celebrity thing, success?
Too much pride, too much machismo, too much everything.
Well, what do you think?
I want to get into a time machine, go back and punch myself.
Like Rocky.
I go, shut up.
But you've always been this tough. I mean, are you a tough guy? You exercise every day still?
Well, I gave up sex at 30.
No.
Well, you want to hear that answer?
That I don't want to hear.
Well, it's a lie. Actually, it's just the opposite.
Maybe that's why you look red, because it's the opposite.
That's exactly right.
Exactly.
Déjeme preguntar, mami. Don't say.
No. ¿El que te viste o el que te desviste? No, es muy sensual, ¿no? Claro. Is it the time to say goodbye?
No, ya estamos.
Siéntate.
Ya, carnal.
Tienes enojo, tienes rabia, tienes coraje. Mataste a tu hija. Yo te decía que me dieras un beso y no quería.
Sí, porque
Quítate la camisa, Joaquín. Muchas gracias, caramba. ¿Qué tal, Do you laugh at yourself?
Do I?
Are you shy, Sofía?
How shy I am. Para conquistar a tantas mujeres en tu vida, ¿qué hacías?
Los expresidentes son como los jarritos chinos. Están muy bonitos, pero ¿qué hago con ellos?
Oye, que tiene razón.
¿Tienes algo?
Esas son viejas, caramba. Ready? Sí. Do you speak any Spanish or no?
You know what? I had a very lazy father and mother. They had me a chair. Not Spanish, but
Italian. Not even Italian? You don't?
All my cousins.
They do?
Only my father, lazy bastard. He was, but I think, first of all, no one would have understood because in Mexico, do you have many dialects?
Yeah, of course.
See, same thing.
Yeah, of course.
So one village says next is another
North
language.
and south, yeah,
Another
different
language?
story. Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's not another language, but they don't. Maybe they don't speak Spanish.
Exactly.
Just a dialect. Yeah.
Well, they have this Pugliese dialect. He said even if you learned it, a guy in Naples would have no idea.
I know. Yeah.
You see.
Where was your father from?
It's
What
a place.
part of it?
It's the south.
South?
Bari.
Bari. Yeah. It's beautiful, the south. of
Yeah.
it. But you look great. You look wonderful.
Really? You need
Not
some.
really.
I better get you some latex eyes. Please, are you kidding me?
Not really. How do you keep in shape? You exercise every day still?
Well, I gave up sex at 30.
No.
Then
No.
Well, you want to hear that answer?
That I don't want to hear.
Well, it's a lie. Actually, it's just the opposite.
Maybe that's why you look red, because it's the opposite.
That's exactly right.
Exactly.
I think you do. I think when you lose that passion,
Yeah, of course.
it's over.
Yeah, it's over. You're dead.
And men, unfortunately, when their testosterone drops, that's why you better go to the doctor.
And so have a shot,
You
of
bet.
course. Also, women.
Same thing?
Yeah.
Really? I
You
think.
you have less testosterone, women, but you also do. So you need a shot of testosterone.
I've met a lot of women in their 50s that are ready to go. Yeah, right. They're not wasting time like teenagers. They know the score. Right. This place looks familiar.
It's beautiful. You watch.
You know what?
It's beautiful. Wow. Wow.
You have a good eye. Some people think, oh, it's just a toy. Go toy.
No.
No.
It's amazing. Beautiful.
Thank you. Amazing. We're going to try. He said he'll design a watch because he designs it sometimes for athletes, whatever. That would be great.
Yeah. You should do one. Rambo.
Call it. Well, he wants to call it gear because I love gears. You know, it's all gears. Life is gears. If it's not working, relationships, the gears are wrong. Everything's a gear. Okay, children.
Are we ready? Please don't. Really, always? Never smoked, never nada?
Oh, me?
Sí.
I'm a drunk and I drunk cigars. Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Good.
Oh, yeah? No. Don't you believe it? Today I had pancakes for breakfast.
Really?
Oh, for sure.
Ah, great.
Last night I must have had about, Jesus, 10 tequilas. I didn't know where I was.
Last night? Where were you?
Right here. Literally right here, having dinner.
Wow.
Yeah. So no, don't believe it. The trick is to start when you're early, and
Yeah.
then you can, you know how to,
managed.
yeah, you know how to F around with the body. Like, okay, I can fuck around for these 3 days, and then
And then come back.
might come back. Yeah, you know. I'm here today with Miss Universe.
Hi.
Who's my guest of honor.
Muchas gracias. Thank you so much,
Thank
Lai.
you.
Thank you. But you're very welcome to Acapulco. It's been a while, no?
I can't believe it's depressing, also exciting. 30 years ago.
No.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, in this area where we're sitting now, this was the prisoner of war camp that I escaped from, and then eventually come back and destroy and take the prisoners
When
away.
you're filming
Right
here.
Yeah.
And you've never been back 30 years ago?
I think
because you used to come a lot,
I know.
not like a tourist, like to Acapulco. You loved
I
Acapulco.
know I did. I think I came back in the 80s a couple of times just to Las Brisas, just for a day. But I never came back and spent some time. This is great. My kids now I have kids. They say, why? Let's not go to Cabo anymore. I said, okay.
Well, Cabo is beautiful also.
Yeah.
Man, Mexico has very beautiful beaches,
Very
but Acapulco
beautiful.
has something very special.
There is.
No,
Acapulco it's got what they say, star quality.
See, a lot of glamour.
Yeah.
We've lost that though.
Well, you know, it's like in New York. Don't be worried about it, because in New York in 1970, it was the worst city in America. Just like Chicago, the worst. Crime, this and that. And then 20 years later, it's now everyone wants to live there. It's the safest big city in America. So every
Expensive as
well, yeah, it's
very
ridiculous. I
expensive,
mean, it's
yeah.
crazy.
Square feet.
That's why it's safe. Even the criminals couldn't afford to
Yeah,
live
they
there.
cannot afford it.
So the same thing here. This is going to go through a renaissance and a rebuilding in different areas. We'll come back. Now, there's no question, because strategically the area is too perfect to not be safe. There's only a few areas like this in the world, you know, with this kind of bad weather. So,
The weather.
yeah. So there's no
All
doubt
year
in my
long,
mind.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's winter, and see.
No, it's very valuable.
Will you consider come back and film here?
Yes, I do. I was talking about it last night with the senior Miguel Alemán.
Yeah.
And they're very, very serious. Very serious. So I came down here with a producer, Avi Lerner, who did all the Expendables. And this would be a great place to do Expendables 4. Or if there's ever another Rambo.
Yeah. Would you like that?
It's so much
More
work.
Rambo?
Oh my God. It's like 20 operations later. It's so difficult. But yeah, I've always felt when I wrote Rambo 4, originally it was going to be done in Mexico. And they said, no, let's try to do it in Burma, because Burma was having this big, longest civil war in history,
Yeah, I know.
65 years. So I said, okay, because I can make it real. Because I didn't want to sit there and work on, you know, the problems that Mexico was having with the drugs. I thought, you know, I said, everyone has jumped on that too much, and that's something eventually that will be taken care of. It's just like, well, look what happened in Colombia. Remember,
yeah,
and
sure.
now everyone's going there for vacation.
Are you aware of what's going on in Mexico right now?
No,
I mean,
no.
the current events of insecurity and the drug thing. Are you aware of that?
Yes, but I've also felt that for our business, that shouldn't be a problem. I don't
Because
believe,
you're all over. I mean, you've been
we're all over.
Brazil.
And you're not in that business. You're not in that competition. If anything, I think they'd leave you alone. They don't need that publicity, you know. So I've always felt that we were looking at the studio right outside of Tijuana. That would be a great asset to be involved in.
I understand you're going to meet with Minister
Greece, no?
Yes.
Tourism, the head of tourism.
Yes, we'd love to perhaps put together a group and buy that.
Oh, that would be great.
And really, have it function. All it takes is one person. And then, as you know, as human nature, everyone
one
will follow.
production, and that would be it.
That's it.
Oh, cross my fingers. So no more Rambo, no more Rocky, enough?
Well, Rocky is at the point where he really can't do much anymore. I think in this movie called Grudge Match I just did with Robert De Niro,
yeah, I know.
It's kind of like Rocky 7, you know what I mean? So he and I, Raging Bull, we fight, and I had to lose so much weight, you know, because De Niro's a little, he's not quite as heavy, and I was playing a heavyweight, so I had to come down 25 pounds, and I'm telling you, when you lose 25 pounds at my age, it ain't pretty.
No, it ain't pretty.
It's like,
I know.
You know what I mean? It's not, the skin, you know, like, I look like Dracula. I look like Dracula boxing.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, we did the movie. It was okay.
Was it fun?
It was fantastic. You know, it's just that sometimes movies like that, it's like when you have a job, it's almost like a vacation if you love it. The fact that you get paid is amazing.
It's a goodie.
You know, when I hear actors complain, I want to go, stop it. Stop it. They put makeup on you, pay you money, drive you to the set. You have limousines. You get the best table at restaurants. What is your problem? You really want to work? You'll make roads in the mountains here.
You never had a problem with fame, celebrity thing, success?
Of course. I think when you're an aggressive young man and your entire life has been
tough.
People say no, yes, tough. No, you're never gonna make it. You know, your mouth is crooked, your voice is too deep, your eyes, everything's wrong. And then you do make it. What happens? You overreact. And now it's like, I told you. I'm this. You have too much pride, too much machismo, too much everything.
Ego.
Yes, because you've been down so long and you proved it. So that's the big danger. Whereas you should be just humble, be quiet. But I didn't, you know.
It took you time.
Yeah, it was. So now I've learned. When I look at my old interviews,
well, what do you think?
I want to get into a time machine, go back and punch myself.
Like Rocky.
I go, shut up.
But you've always been this tough. I mean, are you a tough guy? Yeah, always.
But
since you were little.
But not in the sense, there are many men much tougher than me. I mean, real tough guys.
Okay.
I think where I'm tough is
interior voice?
Yes, really, really tough. Because you have to be to succeed in the arts. I'll bet you that the greatest artists in the world you'll never see because they're so sensitive and the rejection so difficult. They leave, they quit, they go back home, they become a farmer, they become whatever, they get married. So to be an artist today, when you see someone successful on screen, you have to realize that person is tough inside because they took 20 years of rejection. So now you see them and, oh, thank you very much. But inside, they're like, because you have to be.
How did you overcome your insecurities and your flaws? You didn't?
No. I think the insecurities that you're born with, you have your whole life.
Always?
Always.
You just learn to manage them?
That's it. You know they're coming. You say, okay, I'm a little nervous. Then you go away. Like last night, I'll go onto a stage in Acapulco. There's 4,000 people. Now my daughter's going, oh, she's scared. What are you thinking? I go, it's nothing. Inside, I go, boom, boom, boom.
No.
I go, it's nothing. I said, I go out there, these people are here to see me, and I'm happy to see them, and I'm going to attack it. And not go, oh, thank you very much. I said, you attack. And that's what I do. So in other words, you play games with the head.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I told you, either you...
But then the head plays games with you, so...
Always. So it's a constant battle. Yeah. So you'll have some days where you just feel so sorry for yourself. You feel so emotionally weak and unworthy and insecure. And then you got to go, okay, this will pass. This is a moment. Everybody feels that. I don't care who it is. Unless you're a sociopath, you have no conscience. Everyone. I've seen the most beautiful women in the world.
And they're insecure.
Oh, you say one thing. You go, you lost a little weight. You go, what, is it bad? I mean, where? I go, and I go, you know, just. And it's the same thing with guys. I don't care who it is. Everybody has a button. Everyone. You just have to find it.
Now, like always, the intellectual issue, it was always an issue for you. You thought it was a weakness in you, no? The intellect.
Yeah, I did. I thought I didn't have any intellect. Well, because I had a father that, because I had, which now you would diagnose as attention deficit, you get bored easily. It's very difficult in class to stay focused. And it's a problem. And usually people that are somewhat artistic, you need constant excitement. So I would get thrown out of schools all the time. I went to 14 schools, 14 in 13 years. And they said, your son has mental problems. Your son has a little Asperger's syndrome. Your son has this and that. So he kept saying, you're so stupid. Why are you the dumbest person in the city? I have a son who is the dumbest child in the world. I go, you know, I came from you, so maybe I have your genes. Yeah. You know, and
genes are genes.
So I had to deal with this constant insecurity, like, you know, you're stupid. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to study anymore, and I got lost. Every day, I mean, I never went to school and doing fantasy. I would go here, I would go there, I'd go to the movie theaters. And that's, in the movie theaters, is where I found male role images. Men I wanted to be like. That's what I found.
Those were your heroes?
Those are my heroes.
Not your father?
No.
Like, usually when we're children, our parents are like our heroes.
No, I understood my father. He came from a difficult background, so he was tough too. For example, when I play Rambo, the reason I think I play Rambo fairly well is because I grew up with Rambo. My father was, oh yeah, for real. So all I do is imitate him. See what I mean? It's for real. Oh yeah, I've seen, I wouldn't even want to tell you, there's nothing he was afraid of. He'd grab a snake and,
no.
Oh yeah.
How was it with you? Was he...
Same as the snake. Same thing. You go, where'd you learn to box? I said, running from my father. I was like, whoa.
You love boxing, not always.
I love it. And I've always said, you know, it's funny, when I see a fight, and it'll be, let's say, two white guys, or a black guy and another black guy, or two Mexican and white guy, I always go, if I don't know who they are, people will say, who do you want to win? I said, bet on the Mexican.
Bet on the Mexican.
Time, I swear to God. Because they're
very good.
I'm
very
telling
good.
you, I asked my wife, there's a rule in my house, never bet against the Mexican, because there's something there that is just centuries built into the work ethic.
They're street fighters.
They're everything, yes.
Yeah.
There's a certain kind of genetic toughness. They'll take that pain, the machismo, the pride.
You met Julio Cesar Chavez? Or no?
In a very embarrassing way, because we were both inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but not you, Rocky. I mean, it's...
I know. Why am I here? I never took a punch. I say, Chavez had 100+ fights. He goes, no, you're being inducted. It was Mike Tyson, Chavez, and me. I go,
me?
What is wrong with this picture? They said, no, you're in the Hall of Fame because you helped boxing become popular in 1975, 76. It was going down, and you showed the life of a fighter, and you make people realize they're not just tough beasts, you know, so when it hurts, that they're really, some of them are very gentle. and they take care of their families.
Uh-huh.
So there's
Very
another story.
family oriented.
Very,
Yeah.
very, very. So that's how I got into the Hall of Fame without getting punched. Great.
Did you know Chavez used to train with the film, with the Rocky film and the music and everything?
Did he really?
Yeah, Rocky. I mean,
know
he
it's-
was
Wow.
his hero.
He's,
And he is a hero. A real hero.
Oh my God.
Bone and flesh.
He's he's the real deal. He's what a fighter is. A guy who comes to fight, not dance around. Like I would have loved to see him fight Mayweather. Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been so good.
Yeah. Did you know Sulaiman also? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice man. We've always.
And you still box? You exercise or no?
Yeah, I do. I've had a lot of injuries. You know that a lot. I've had about 14 different arm, neck operations, back operations. So when I throw a punch, now it goes. Okay. A little slower.
Who do you think people are much more fond, Rocky or Rambo?
There's no question. It's Europeans like Rambo, especially third world. Just like in India or Africa and Asia, Rambo, and in this part of the world, it's Rocky.
Rocky. Why? Why do you think?
I don't know. I think there's certain areas, especially where there's a lot of violence, a lot of war. So Rambo represents this independence, that kind of thing. So it's more
sense of duty also.
sense
no?
of duty, and Rocky represents a kind of a sense of family and honor. And you can touch Rocky. With Rambo, you go, hi, get him out of here. He's the dark side of life. And he really relates. I went down to New Guinea. I've seen him in places that, I mean, really dark. In Pakistan, Rambo, no Rocky. Also, boxing is not big over in certain, those
Over
areas.
there.
Yeah.
Do you think your characters surpass you? I mean, Rocky and Rambo, they surpass Sylvester Stallone?
No question about it. You.
Were you ever jealous about that?
Well, yeah, a little bit. But then you realize there's an old saying that the child becomes the father of the man. In other words, the children I create, Rocky and Rambo, have now become the father.
They're taking care of you
They're
now.
taking care of me. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
So I look at it as a major privilege. I mean, there is a point now at this age where I would like to go back and do more dramatic films, say like Copland and whatever, that more ensemble with other actors. But the difficulty is that people all expect you to be the one-man army, but there is a limit. That's why when I wrote Expendables, you brought in 10 other people.
Yeah,
See what
great.
I mean? You
The
have to
cast,
spread. You
wow.
have to spread it out. And the new Expendables with Mel Gibson and Harrison Ford, Antonio Banderas, it's going to be amazing. But I'm trying to move out slowly.
Do you regret any sequel?
I tell you, I directed, a lot of the Rockies, and people don't think it's not worth it sometimes, because it's so hard to do a sequel, because when you do a sequel, you've already lost the element of surprise. People know what it's about. They know
predictable.
Rocky. It's
Very
pretty
predictable.
simple. So very predictable, right? So you do all that work, and no one cares who directed it. You never say, oh, who directed Iron Man 2? Who cares?
Who cares?
Iron Man 3. And it's harder each one. It really is, because you have to create more and bigger and faster. And Rocky 4, really hard. Rocky 6, and it's so much work. You go, is the pleasure worth the pain? I always say, right before you do anything stupid, just say,
Is
is
it
the
worth
pleasure of robbing this bank going to be worth the pain of going to prison for 30 years? Just sleep on that.
Yeah.
Well, same thing with directing. You go, is the pleasure of directing going to be worth the pain of not seeing your family for 2 years, going through just a constant aggravation, because when you're doing it, you're just always exhausted, people in your ear all the time, then you get criticism. Then the reviews. You go, is that really worth it? Was that worth it? Really?
Does it hurt, criticism?
Oh, yeah. You know, I mean,
up to this day?
Sure, because remember we talked about going back earlier in the conversation about your insecurity? Boom.
Oh.
There it is. I'll tell you, and tell me if you're like this too. You can get 100 good reviews. Then one person review goes, I have never seen a more untalented human being. He should go quit, jump in the ocean,
That's
and do
the one
work.
that matters. Yeah, I agree.
That's the one you memorize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, it's very
Right?
painful.
But what is that? So that's that thing from a child that we never get over. It's acceptance. You want to be loved. And one rejection, that's why in life, when you get rejected by anybody, it scars you.
Yeah. What do you appreciate in people the most?
Oh, wow. I really do like, you know, we talk about honesty, this and that. That it's so rare to find honesty, forget it.
Yeah.
I gave up looking.
Let's not waste our time.
Don't waste my time. I look for humor. I cannot stand to be bored, including boring myself too. I really believe that life is so fast, so quick, that you have to put as much fun into it and humor as you can. I mean, you don't have to be a stand-up comedian, but just looking at TV and looking at the humor or listening to the news and you go, oh my God, it's so stupid. Just find the absurdity, and that's what I think is important. So I look for friends that are loud, that like to joke, that understand the absurdity of life. You know what I mean?
And laugh at yourself also. Learn to laugh at yourself.
You have to.
You have to. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the worst. When you can't laugh at yourself, that's really boring.
Yeah, really boring. Now, your physical, your body has always been your greatest asset. But maybe also, like a boundary, no? Like for, I don't know, because there are a lot of
too
cliches.
perceptive,
no?
yeah. Uh-oh, I'm busted. You're right. It becomes, in the old days, in the 16th century, in the medieval times, you put on the suit of armor. Boom, boom, boom. Right? And you're a knight. You're covered in metal. So when you work out, so your body becomes this armor. And people never get to see inside. See what I mean? And when you do take the armor off, people, I like you better the way you were. So it becomes a blessing and definitely a curse, because when, like for example, if I lose 20 pounds, oh, you sick? No, I just lost 20 pounds like anybody else.
Yeah.
But your body becomes your identification, your reputation, your symbol, who you are, and that's a problem.
It is.
Yes, because it's a constant working out, like what Matthew McConaughey did in his movie, Dallas, losing 40 pounds, that he finally broke the mold. And now he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Before he's a pretty boy, see? Now he's the actor.
Now you created your own characters, no? Rocky and Rambo. Why didn't you create something else? Why did you feel
I didn't know they'd be so successful. I didn't know I mean, who knew? If I told you a boxer who is not too bright, who's not that good looking, who's not this, is going to be around for 40 years, who knew? Or Rambo was such a disaster. Nobody wanted to play Rambo. I was the 11th choice.
Really?
There had been, 3 directors quit. Nobody. I was the last one. They went to Pacino, De Niro, Robert Redford, Paul Newman.
They didn't want to do it.
No, nobody. Finally, to me. You go, okay, it's a choice, a monkey or Sylvester. Okay, well, the monkey's busy. Let's give it to Sylvester. So I took it. It was a disaster. No studio wanted it when it was done. I tried to buy it back. I wanted to burn it. That's how I said, oh my God, an American soldier trying to fight his own country. It was a disaster. Well, anyway, here we are.
Here we are.
Some little company took it and it just exploded.
Now, you were like, your story, it says to be the saddest story in Hollywood. And If you Google the saddest story in Hollywood, you will appear. It's
Why?
you. I don't know why. Because you fired so much. Were you misunderstood? You were
Completely. Still am.
still
Absolutely
are?
sure, because people assume that I am Rocky, I'm Rambo, that I don't talk much, I'm not too bright, and so they, that your politics are all wrong, and you're just this physical fella, and it's kind of sad that way, because after all these years, you're completely. Only my friends know who I am, because you have this image, and it's so strong of being physical but not intellectual.
It's an stigma.
Yeah.
Hijos. Terrible.
But it pays well.
Yeah, I know. You're a millionaire, multi-millionaire. And you arrived with what, $20?
Yeah, about $20 and a big dog that was eating everything. We were so poor, I was fighting, say, should I give that dog food to the dog or eat it myself?
No,
yeah.
really?
I had to sell my dog. When I was doing Rocky, before Rocky, I went to a store, a 7-Eleven, put $40 for a dog.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't feed him.
Wow.
Yeah. So then after Rocky, I got the job. I went to buy the dog back, and the guy wants $3,000.
I think my time is over. Just one more question. You're a very religious guy, no?
Well, it depends what time it is. No. Okay. Well, yes, of course.
You are?
Yeah. Yes, I'm not
Catholic?
fanatical. Yes,
Okay.
Catholic, yes.
What do you think of Pope Francis?
Rock star, right?
You like him?
Oh, yeah. I think that
What he's doing? What he's...
Yeah, I mean, it seems that he is just added some fresh energy and blood, whereas the last pope was more intellectual, withdrawn, and a scholar. This happens to be a people person. So that's, I think, is what the religion needs right now, is someone to go out there and be a great ambassador. And also very modern. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like very
reformist.
modern.
Yeah.
And that's what you need with religion. Because when you think of Catholic religion or most religions, it's always old-fashioned, really bad. And when you finally now have an ambassador like the Pope, the Pope, and he's right there, like flesh and blood. You go, wow, that's great. I want to be a Catholic.
Yeah. Are you into politics?
You see, a lot of people think I am. A lot of people think, for example, he's a Republican, and Hollywood's very liberal. I'm like an independent. I'll vote for who's best, but because I play the soldiers all the time, me and Arnold
Very
and Bruce,
nationalist, very
they
patriotic.
think we're automatically...
But what do you think Rambo would do now? I mean, Rambo used to help the Taliban. But the current
I know.
events
What did I know?
What would Rambo do now?
Who knew? I said, helping the people of Afghanistan. I didn't know we'd be at war with them. My God.
I know.
I can't. I have a hard time. I want to cut that part of the movie off and throw it in the ocean. I know.
But I was wondering what would Rambo would do. Who would the enemies would be? I mean.
Yeah. Well, Rambo could be very busy today. He would have his. Yeah. He might just be a little overwhelmed. Yeah. I think Rambo today would be better off to attack kind of like maybe Saks Fifth Avenue or something simple. Barney's.
How are your children, your daughters? You're staying here for the weekend?
My
and you're
daughter's
enjoying
17 and the other one is 15 and 11, and they're just amazing. And I'm going to have to be Rambo to keep the girls away.
Come on. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. I think we have to leave.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Scott.
Such a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. See?
Weekend and I talked to you.
Yeah.
See, of course.
That was good. You're really very
Oh,
good.
thank you so much. You like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I had a conversation.